morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Can y'all hear me? Let's get that out of the way first. Can y'all hear me? Hope everybody's having a good morning. I sure am. I really wasn't planning to go live this morning, but a little birdie flew in my ear and said, "Miss Can't Be Wrong. Will you do a show this morning, or when are you going to do a show?" So thank you, Sally. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, Jesse, Bobby, and Sally. Good morning, y'all. Well, it's just two of us in here so far. But yeah, I really hadn't even planned to go live, and somebody requested it. So I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, well, I'll do it. Okay, Jesse. I'm glad you're here though. Even if you is just listening, I know you're busy, but I wanted to have you and Sally here. But yeah, it's hard to believe how fast the week went by. I mean, it must have been just busy being, Easter and all, but the week really flew by fast, and it's already, looking like it's going to be nice again outside today. So I'm like, I'll go do this because yesterday my daughter had the day off and called and said, want to go shopping. And of course, I always want to go shopping. So, yeah, Jesse, I'm glad. I'm glad. So, yeah, I kind of went to bed early last night. So, anything that went on, I missed it. I think I caught like maybe 10 or 15 minutes of Angel's show. And I'm trying to remember, that's how tired I was last night. I'm trying to remember what she really even talked. Oh yeah. Now I'm starting to remember the first part of what I had heard that she had talked about, which doesn't concern me, so I'm not even going to repeat it. But yeah, I'm just as far as conversation is concerned, yeah, it was pretty early night last night. Yeah, Sally. The late shows I usually catch. Well, I didn't get a chance to catch his yet. Usually, pretty soon, I start doing my chores and try to catch up on anything I've missed. But yeah, I know the super villain is still begging for gas money. Which I mean, that's just, you're gonna go after somebody, but you're gonna beg for money to do it. I mean, I think it's safe to say nobody's getting got by anybody. Yeah, it was. But it's easy to, when you're talking by yourself, it's, hard to, it would be incredibly hard to do a show, but some people wouldn't have a hard time doing it that long. But when you've got people up there, bantering back and forth, you can start talking about something and time goes by quick. Because like I was telling Jesse, we're on a lot of times, 45 minutes to an hour to maybe an hour and a half. And that time goes by so quick. So quick. But yeah, I want to tell my little birdie out there listening, they know who they are. And I'm just sending you love. I know we're far away, but I'm sending you love. You know who you are. But I love y'all, but my special little birdie. But I got a couple special little birdies, but yeah, time will go by fast. It'll go by really fast. And then I was doing this morning and was a little rusty on it. I'm like, come on now, I haven't forgot I haven't forgot how to do this already. I'm just, there's still a lot of things I've yet to learn. Like sharing the screen, like, well, I think I kind of know how to, you have to put some of the stuff up beforehand, I guess. But as far as sharing the live screen and all, I've got to learn that. Like how to share, like if I wanted to show you guys an article or something like that, I got to learn how to pull that up. But yeah, I'm looking, like at the current events, and they're still, for the Catholics in the house. The Pope's funeral still going on. I think they're a couple of days in now, but I think they have like 7 days before he's actually, buried or whatever. So yeah, they just started that. I was thinking about that last week. I'm like, I bet he'll pass away on Easter because he's the Pope. He held on because they thought he was going to go about 2 weeks ago, and he kind of held on a little bit. So yeah. Any baseball fans in the house? I see. I think Detroit won last night. I'm not sure. I think they did. But for any sports people, I can do sports for you too. Just let me know, and I'll be more than glad to. I don't know anything about betting. Now that's Mister Can't Be Wrong's thing. He's the genius in the house. I mean, you want to talk about sports, he's the man to talk to. I mean, he doesn't have to look anything up. I mean, you can ask him somebody, and he just followed it all his life. So I think you have to get, and yeah, before you can share the screen, I'll look into it. Because I do want to be able to share the screen sooner or later, as I start learning what I'm doing. It's fun to be able to show people, what I'm seeing, where I found it. Um, oh, I was just talking about the Pope, the Pope, the Pope, the Pope, Pope, and then who else was there? We were talking about somebody else in between there, but the Pope. But yeah, I was talking about him, and then there was somebody else I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Well, the whole thing with the Pope is very interesting to me. The way they'll go, in conclave and elect a new Pope. All of that is, even though I'm not a Catholic, I've always my best friend is, so I would go to church with her. So because I've always been interested in learning about, rather or not, I don't hate on anybody's religion. I take it as a learning opportunity for me. So I try to learn about it, and it's very interesting how they come to it. If they don't come to a decision, I think the smoke is going to be black. And if they do, it's white, but they haven't started trying yet. Hey, Mike Slick, how you doing, darling? Good to see you this morning. I was thinking about you the other day when I was watching a fishing program. I'm like, man, the weather's getting good. I've got to go get my fishing license straight so I can take the grandbabies down here about a block away. There's a little place I can take them by the river, and just to have a little bit of fun. I don't think we're going to be catching any 10-pounders or anything. Which reminds me, when I was a child, we'd go fishing, and we were in competition with the neighbor kids about fishing, who'd get the biggest fish. Well, Bradley, he'd start out with like a little teeny baby fish, and by the time he was done telling the story, it was the biggest fish you'd ever seen, and it got longer and bigger as the story went on. Hey, Wyatt, how you doing? That's the rancher. I'm curious about you, Wyatt. Or, being one of them there cowboys. How many horses do you have? How many? Now, wait a minute. Let me ask you this, because this is the important thing in my world. How much acreage do you have on that ranch? How much land do you have? That's the important thing. That's the important thing. But so what's everybody's plans for today? Everybody just getting going this morning, getting their cup of coffee and all that. Yes, saltwater fishing. We do that at the beach. Those are the best memories, Sally. Those are the best memories, going with your parents, or we'd go with granddaddy or whatever. Oh, 336 acres. That answered my question. Call me, Wyatt. Let's talk. But yeah, we had a lot, but it got broke up in the family. Over time, it all got broke up. My great granddaddy, separated it out to the children, and then as time went on, different family inherited different pieces. Hey, Edward Everett, how are you feeling this morning? I was just thinking about you. I sure hope you're doing okay. I'm keeping you in my thoughts, sweetie. I really am. Really am. Everybody keep Edward Everett in your thoughts and prayers, guys. Seem to be doing good, though, Edward. I'm happy to see that. But yeah. So we were talking about that. What else is going on in the world? just about every time, you turn the news on, you see something's going down big time somewhere. But yeah, football or the NFL, have they started their draft picks yet? The first round's coming up, I think. And also, I saw the Karen Reed trial. I didn't pay Karen Reed any attention at all. I also saw yesterday that Jelly Roll got pardoned for I know y'all know who Jelly Roll is. He's the singer. Yeah, I watch headlines, but I don't watch the news, Sally. I quit watching the news probably 5 or 6 years ago or more. I just watch local headlines to see what's going on nearby me because I'm nosy. And I watch the headlines, like about the celebrities, the Pope, what's going on around the world. But that's about it. I don't, yeah, I can't take it anymore because it's all bullshit lies. But, yeah, can't believe none of it. You have to go and you can't believe what you see on the news, on CNN and stuff. And they can strike me down if they want to. You have to go find out for yourself. You can't just take somebody else's word for it, believe me. Did you see the unidentified peaches and baby? No, I did not see that, Sally. How many women is it for him now? And I mean, looking at that guy, one of the ladies that they interviewed that didn't get in the car with him or go out with him, whatever it was, one of the ladies said she looked at him and he was a bigger fella. He's a bigger fella. And look at him, look at the pictures of the guy. He just scared me. So, it's crazy. Yes, that's true. I just look out the window because you'd be surprised at all the shit. Not that I don't live in the hood or anything like that, but I live on a really busy street. So yeah, I'll tell you. Did I tell y'all about the dogs I rescued the other day? I had ran downstairs to get something to drink, and I had went out the front door to check the mail and was coming back in and looked over. And here I see my neighbor's two little dogs. It was a little Frenchie and a little Boston Terrier. They had got out of their backyard. And they're sniffing. You know how dogs are excited, especially male dogs, are excited about finding places to pee, different places to pee. So here they come. And I'm like, I got to go out there, and I didn't have any leashes because we don't have dogs. So I ran over to the neighbor's house and woke him up because he works third shift and I needed help. So he came out and grabbed them and gave me the leashes, and we were looking on their tags so we could call the neighbor to come and get them. But all I could see was those poor dogs getting out in the middle of that street. It's just scary. So yeah, I have things like that happen. And then two cars flipped right, like literally down the street in front of my house, which I still don't understand how that happened. But yeah, I watch all the goings ons around here. I don't know, but yeah. Like I say, I enjoy the headlines of things, like TMZ, and I've been really, really watching. I haven't paid as much attention to the Diddy stuff like I was, but that's right around the corner unless they put it off, and I bet they'll try to put it off. I bet you they'll try to put it off. But I know y'all probably, Bobby, are you still in here? Edward Everett, you guys, what's your guys' opinion on Shannon Sharpe, Shay, the accusations against him, and have you guys heard the audio? My sister came for a visit on her first date. So the non-aggressive dog bitter. So let me guess, these are the type of people that are saying, nope, my dog don't bite. Nope, and right away that stuff happens. Hey, Joe Bag of Donuts. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Yeah. I meant to ask you guys. Tell everybody. Share my channel with me. I wanna. Oh, you hadn't seen it. I just happened to see it on a TMT. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it, Joe. Yeah. Yep. Did you hear? I heard the one audio of him talking to the girl of the conversation in question. But did you hear the audio of let me think how to put this. It was Instagram audio that supposedly accidentally got leaked of him with a girl. It was just the audio of him in a private moment. Yeah, yeah. These guys, it's like this. I don't I don't get it. Now you've got to learn, if you've got any money at all, male or female, you can't run around and act nuts. You can't run around and act the same as a poor person. I mean, I'm just putting it straight. I'm putting it like it is. Oh, she had deep ones that needed stitches and oh, Sally. Oh my goodness. Needed stitches. That dog really got her. What kind of dog was it, Sally? It was some little girl he was seeing. It was the one girl, and the one audio was different from the other, from the one that's after him. But I just got the impression that it was a setup, a straight setup. Anytime you're recording a conversation you're having with somebody, you're expecting things to go south. You're expecting things to go wrong, and you're going to use it against them. And I feel sorry for him. I mean, whether he was in the right or wrong, I'm separating it. It's not right to be, that's just not right. It's like she was setting him up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and he was say unleashed lab. No, see, we had black labs and nothing, they never bit anybody, but the dogs have different personalities. Yeah. Yeah, that you're gonna have a nice trip. Have fun, Edward. You'll enjoy North Carolina and Georgia. You really will. Yeah, it's like I say, I'm really funny about dogs that I don't know, you know, because you just never know. Dogs have personalities, and a dog could be gentle and could have never bit anybody and just get it in his head. So yeah, yeah, and not on a leash. Everybody's dog should be like, if like us here, like our neighbors have a backyard and it's fenced, so that's a different situation. But otherwise, dogs shouldn't be allowed to just run. They should be on leashes. And when there's a lot of people around, keep your dogs inside. I've never been the type that was fond of dogs that couldn't handle themselves. Like the dogs that want to jump up all over you, that just can't leave you alone. Obnoxious dogs, I guess you'd say. Because I love dogs the next as good as the next person, but I don't want a dog that's jumping up all over me or in my face. I don't care for that. But your niece's house in North Carolina, yeah, yeah, North Carolina is no place like it, I'll say. Get you some good North Carolina barbecue. Get you some good North Carolina barbecue. It's the best. Get you a good North Carolina hot dog. But yeah, yeah, just 17 minutes. So what are y'all anything new going on in anybody's world you want to talk about? Good morning, Texas Joshy. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, not obnoxious ones. And we have cats. And I don't like, I always say this, people usually only like their cat or their dog, and that's usually about how it goes, because your dog knows your personality, and like I say, they have personalities, like people. Some people aren't for each other. Yeah. Yeah, you can, and I can't stand when people don't at least train their dogs not to jump up all over them and not to sit down and when they're told to. That drives me nuts. Well, hello, Texas Granny. Good to see you. Yeah, some people just let their dogs do whatever in the heck they want, but yeah, stuck it. Well, Texas Joshy, it's like I said a while ago. What kind of idiot goes to do anything in life with no money? And he's done this a million times. That should tell his people, for one thing, it's a scam. He's fooling people. He ain't going up there. If he really wanted to do it, he'd do it. He'd had the money to do it. He's a joke. I mean, if you got to beg, 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 which I still think he has money. I still think he's playing a game. He wants to, see how many people are going to support him and this and that. Well, you're an idiot. That's all I got to say, and you deserve what you get. I'm not even going to say your name. Yeah, he is. I just don't want to even say his name, Joshy. I mean, we can talk about him, but how crazy it is to think other adults should pay for everything you do. Yeah, Sally. They're wanting to meet him and help him. Nobody ever accused those people that associate with him of being smart. Now, if you're trolling him, I guess that's one thing, but Hey, Alex, fella, how you doing, sweetheart? What you got on the agenda for today? But yeah. Anybody that, yeah, he was calling people too. I heard he was calling people and people weren't answering the phone. And it's like, if you let somebody's phone ring, let's say, when I call somebody, I'll let their phone ring, uh, 3 or 4 times, and then that's it. If they ain't picked it up, he's really letting it ring. Nobody wants to talk to him. They're just telling him yes and him, telling him what he wants to hear to get his ass off the phone. I mean, it's that simple. Oh, yeah. Well, Edward Everett, how old is your dog? I train my dogs not to jump on people. 60 dogs in the kennel. Woo, that's a lot. You hunt, take them hunting. But yeah, you just have to work with them little by little. It takes time. It really does. Yeah, yeah, Joshy. Yeah, people are tired of hearing the same thing. They'll tell him yeah, and they'll wind him up and get him wound up. But then when he gets himself in trouble, he's gonna he's gonna be shut out of luck. Nobody's gonna know who he is. None of them people in that chat are gonna be like, oh well, we're gonna find somebody else to watch. Let's go beg for wrenches somewhere else, huh, Team Pizza? But yeah, yeah. If he's smart, he won't go. That's all I got to say. Because once you back a man in a corner and you're threatening his family, and then you have enough of nerve to show up at his house, you deserve whatever he hands out to you. Whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People need to be able to rein their dogs in. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, yeah. I'm just not able to. We don't have that big of a yard here, and I'm not really able to walk a dog like they need to be. And I think if that's the case, it's not fair to a dog to be cooped up all the time. So, so yeah, it's maybe one day. I would love a little dog, but yeah, a little dog, but they can be a pain in the butt. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's like I said. When I get a bigger channel, it may be I may hand them out, but so far I've got good people in here, and the trolls haven't found me yet. So I think we're doing good. I really do. So what's your plans today, Joshy? What you got planned? And Wyatt Earp and Alex Bella. What are you gonna do today, Sally? Yeah, I got a few chores to finish I didn't finish. And planted some flowers. Let's see, when did we plant flowers? Day before yesterday. So I'm gonna check on them. And wanna run a few errands. I know I got to go to the store, so I'm gonna do that. But it's more self-preservation. Yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep. Well, yeah. Then it keeps people. If you've got a wrench, it keeps people from trolling your name. That way we can say, well, that wasn't Sally that came in here. So yeah, and it if people come in trolling you, you can take them out. Yeah. Well, I hope it's just a regular checkup, Wyatt. I hope you don't have nothing bad going on, sweetie. I hope you get the all clear. Yeah, we are too, Sally. We are too. I'm getting ready to my daughter's gonna help me, and we're going through this house. I've got a bunch of toys, the kids stuff, whatever they can't wear and they're not playing with, and whatever we're not using is going out. So yeah, we're getting ready to do that too. We're gonna list it even, and I'm gonna let my daughter list it, and yeah, yep, we're gonna spend a weekend doing it. And then the good thing is whatever I don't sell, I can pop it back in the garage and shut the garage door, and I don't have to bring it back in the house or anything. So once it goes out of my house into the garage, that's it. Oh, that's cool, Sally. That's really cool. Paintings and stuff like that. That's really cool. Prank call me, huh? Have a good day, Josh. You hope you have a good day, sweetie. Good day. Good day. Weekend's almost here. Keep that in mind, honey. And the weekend's almost here. Just make it to the weekend. Hopefully you have a weekend off. I know a lot of people work weekends too, so or alternate weekends or whatever, you know. So you guys got to give me something. I'm like I say, I hadn't even really planned, to come on this morning. I just someone that I think the world of mentioned it. But yeah, I see NASCAR. NASCAR has got going, and I don't even know. I hadn't kept up with that. My grandson keeps up with him. He's a NASCAR freak, and I think Mister Can't Be Wrong. There's some Indy stuff coming up. Indy, I think it's Indy. I don't remember. I'll have to ask. Take the grandson to that. They've been going for a couple of years. They go to that race stuff. I don't keep up with it like I used to. I used to really, really keep up with it, and guess I got to get back on it. You know, get back on it and keep up with it so I have something to talk about. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it good. We're going about 30 minutes, and I'm running out of things to say, and I don't want to sound too dumb this morning. Too dumb. To the people in the bushes, thank you for coming checking me out this morning. Really appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna try to, do this, work it in and do it, plan. I'll plan something next time. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you guys hit the like for me, and I promise you, next time we'll have something better to talk about, and I'll be prepared to be on longer. You guys can hit me up with any ideas, any things you can think of, and we'll see if we can make it happen. And again, thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys in the chats. Talk to y'all later.